so excited to have Bob Ian accompanied by Cliff Hackford today, live and in person.
And on Zoom. And Zoom. Yeah. We've got it all. Hello, everybody.
Yay.
Zoom. And here in the room. Great to be here. It's my first time to the circle. Friends, hey! And we had a fun workshop. So it's great, of course, to sing together. And we'll be doing some more singing together later in the program. So we'll start with a piece I wrote a number of years ago, and all these songs have stories. So I'll tell both, long and short versions of those stories. But this one is inspired by the twins, Rustam and Sora, Baba's nephews, who came to Baba as adolescents, and Baba would ask, "How are you taking my name and doing my prayers as I instructed you to?" And they said, "Oh yes, Baba." And so then Baba says, "Well, okay, show me." And they tell this story. I'm sure a lot of you have heard. And they look at each other and they go, "Baba, Baba, 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 Baba," and Baba stops them. And as they tell it, like a conductor of an orchestra, he says, "You must slow down. It's Baba, Baba, Baba." So he slows them down, and they do. So I was inspired to write a song based on that tempo, and that it would be 101 times exactly. So that was to fit the puzzle of Baba's name 101 times in a musical form, so that I wouldn't need to count as we know Indians count. But and so this is just going to be a clapping version, which Cliff is going to do with me. We've done this some other places. Let's see. Here we are. Baba, 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 Baba. I'll call you back up. Let there be love. I'm singing your name in the morning. I'm singing your name in the morning. I'm singing your name in the afternoon. I'm singing your name in the afternoon. Baba, Baba, I'm singing your name in the evening. I'm singing your name in the evening. I'm singing your name in the middle of the night. I'm singing your name in the middle of the night. Baba, I'm singing your name every day of my life. I'm singing your name every day of my life. I'm singing your name every day of my life. I'm singing your name every day of my life. Baba. There you go. Thank you. So that one has a little story. I was in India back in late 90s, and I guess I just made that song roughly, or some version of it. All these songs evolve over time. You know, they keep changing a little bit, or make them different, or add different lyrics or something. And this one, Heather Nadell approached me and said, "We're having a big, all the children from her school and maybe from the village were coming to the theater. We're going to have a big assembly all about personal hygiene." He said, "Do you have a song about personal hygiene?" Well, let's see, do I? And so I was like, "I'm sure I do." Okay, book me. So it was in the morning, and the theater, Hostel D is packed with children, and it's just bubbling with energy. They're elementary kids. So I was like, "I'm brushing my teeth in the morning. I'm brushing my teeth in the morning. I'm brushing my hair in the morning," etc. So we had some, personal hygiene lyrics, compliments of Baba, that I could share, with them. So, so that's the way these things. Pardon?
Not to mention the internal hygiene.
Well, that where we really need Baba. I'll brush my teeth, but Baba, I really need your help in brushing my sanskaras. But so that was. I was happy to be able to contribute to that assembly and do some music. Let's see. Questions?
Need help?
No, got it. I'm just going to do a new one, which I need a stand for. I'm going to do some more Rumi poems later. I did a few on Wednesday night. But I've just been working on a new one, using the poetry of Rumi set to music. And this one I've just been working on the last few weeks. So there's always this process of when I'm composing, we're kind of refining it, and then I have to learn the piece. So it's kind of a different process than the composing of it, is then to learn it and perform it. have it for memory and stuff. So this is a new one, a roomie I've just been working on the last couple of weeks. And it's always, at the beginning, it's like, do I like it or not? And I kind of put it aside for a few days, and then you kind of revisit it. And you go, okay, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's something worthwhile, continuing on. And then next day you go, nah, I don't really, I'm not sure. It's not really working. So, there's always that process. And I guess that's indicative of our lives, from a day to day. So this is a roomie text. And I'm kind of liberal with it. I take the text and I repeat, do whatever I need to manipulate it a little bit. And these are from the Coleman Barks translations and John Moyne, The Essential Roomie. It comes from that. I'm drawing most of these. This is called Alpha and Omega. So this is the world premiere. Here we are. The body senses are wavering and blurry, but there is a clear fire inside. The body senses are wavering and blurry, but there is a clear fire inside, a flame like Abraham, that is Alpha and Omega, that is Alpha and Omega. Human beings seem to be derived and evolved from this planet, but humanity is the origin of the world. Remember this. Remember this. Remember this. A tiny gnat's outward form flies around and around in pain and wanting, while the gnat's inward nature includes the entire galactic whirling of the universe, the entire galactic whirling of the Abraham, that is Alpha and Omega, that is Alpha and Omega. that is Alpha and Omega. So.
Your life is not your own. Angela?
Yeah, there's a little hum.
We having a sound?
Want it louder?
Oh, there's a hum.
Oh, in the system?
Yeah. Homelessness.
Is that better?
Danke.
That's how to solve homelessness.
It's probably a wire or something.
Someone asked me the other day if I had any dreams of Baba, and I did, and it kind of jogged my memory, reminding me that I did have a dream of Baba, and it was when I was in Mehrabad a number of years ago. It was at the lower, when it was still a lower Mehrabad, and I was on pilgrimage there, and in the dream, as might be fitting of a cellist who's played in orchestras and whatnot, I'm in an orchestra and Baba is on the podium conducting the orchestra. Of course, he's the conductor of all conductors, right? The premier maestro, obviously. And in that, he is, and I'm in the orchestra and I'm sitting, and I'm in the inner circle, we could say, because the first tier cellists are there in that circle around the conductor. And Baba's there conducting away, and I remember we were just there, and he's gesturing for more sound, just everybody's digging in, and the brass is back there, and the orchestra must be 100 players, we're all like, and he's, more, he's, gesturing just more and more, like a conductor would, looking like, give me more, like that, and then suddenly, without, just a single gesture, he goes, shoom, and he just cuts us all off. And then he turns to me, because I'm right there, and he turns to me and says, that too is music. Of that cacophony, because the sound was just crazy loud and just cacophony, you would call it. And he said, that too is music. And just the very next moment, I hear the Jhelum Express is passing, Lower Mehrabad, rang, as it would, if you remember Lower Mehrabad. And it's 2 in the morning or whatever, and so I hear this train blaring. So that was part of the inspiration for this piece. And another piece was walking the path up to Samadhi, and that dust along that path. And thinking of Hafiz and others who said, make me dust at the foot of the master. So those are part of the inspiration for this piece. It's called I Am Listening. I am listening to the footprints. I am listening to the footprints of God. The beloved, I am listening to the footprints. I am listening to the footprints of God. God. at your feet, make me dust at your feet, so I am able to hear you. Make me lost at your feet. Make me dust at your feet. Make me dust at your feet, so I am able to hear you. I am listening to the footprints of God. So the dream, I guess, when Baba turns to me and says, "Oh, all that cacophony, that craziness is music too." And, okay, I took that as confirmation that I should continue on the path I was on, since I was, combining, odd maybe sounds sometimes, and that's part of also why I felt like I could do some maybe extended techniques. Essentially, what is called, if like, but I'm getting harmonics, which are part of all the string. Those harmonics are there, but you just touch the string kind of halfway, like on a guitar, where you get a harmonic. Anyway, the dream gave me, I thought I took it as Bob was saying. Yes, go ahead, explore this, and this too is music. So that was like, yes. So I've been trying to count the trips, and I didn't go till the late 90s, unfortunately, to Mehrabad, but I got there, and I went 7 or 8 times now, I think. But each time I took my cello, and as crazy as that may sound, and I was going to bring, I have my flight case, which the cello goes in and goes as luggage in the airlines. I have it with me because I'm heading up to New York, and then I'll be flying around with it later. I thought about bringing it in as a visual aid because it's like a big, a big tomb of some sort. Anyway, it's come with me to India every time, and it's been fantastic, and it's been worth the, aggravation or whatever to schlep that along with me. And so it was a great opportunity to play, to compose. I've composed a lot of music in India. So I was going to play some of those pieces that I've composed in India, Mehrabad, and a couple that came to mind were I was there in 2009, just after the attack on Erico and Heather at their place, and I really debated, along with my wife Karen, whether to go or not, because the attack had already happened, but I had my ticket, and I was like, But I did go, and I was there when Erico passed away, and then was there for the cremation, which was, incredibly moving stories to go with that. But I wrote a suite of pieces for Erico, and I'm thinking of, let's see, maybe I'll do 3 of those. I think there are 5 altogether. Thinking of Erico and dedicated to him, put it that way. The first one is Lamentation, Be with God. The second one is Eternal Kiss. And the third one is The Urgency. We'll just do those together. Be with God. Be with God. Be with God. And from beloved Baba, an eternal kiss, a 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 kiss, Erico. Erico, Erico, Erico. You are remembered in each and every heart, filled with your loving, even though we part, though we part, though we part, we part. Erico, Erico. of God is here. The urgency of God is here. So live your life right now. Oh, meher. Oh, meher. Urgency of God is here. The urgency of God is here. So die to love right now. The urgency of God is here. The urgency of God is here. So live your life right now. Oh, Baba, oh, meher. Baba, oh, meher. The urgency of God is here. The urgency of God is here. So die to love right now. The urgency of God is here. The urgency of God is here. So live your life right now.
Music is dangerous.
Well, we know that from the history of music, that music is dangerous. It gets banned in different countries. It gets censored. It's happening right now, right? We could say in this country, we know it's happening in different places in the world. Music is, perceived as a vehicle of, and protest songs and of resistance and of transcendence and of worship that might be outside of what's officially sanctioned and anything like that. So it's just a crazy kind of realization, because we think we're beyond that. I know I've read medieval treatises where the Pope has said, oh no, this interval is out of the question, you cannot use it. And that was, there's a famous interval called the Devil's Interval, and it's a tritone, and that was outlawed in Western Europe, really, until recently. And it's a tritone is da 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 da. It's that da da da. That note is the furthest from this one in the scale, in the harmonic structure. It's the furthest from the tonic. So it was crazy. And it was known as the Devil's Interval in the Middle Ages. It is tritone. It just means it's three whole steps. Da 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 da, it's that third one. So that's where the tritone comes from. Anyway, that's another example.
I meant dangerous in the sense of dangerous to the false ego.
Well, there's another, I guess that's another example. We know this, music is powerful. So, and I teach composition and singing, obviously. We had a great workshop earlier. We're going to sing some more. But thinking about composition, just that the power of music is that it transcends the literal, right? It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be told what it's about. You can feel it. That's the power of music. And I happened to be in New York on 9/11. Witnessed from my apartment the planes flying in there. And what do people want at that moment? They don't want more words. Baba said this, more explanation. They wanted music or soulful music, to soothe their soul. How are you going to explain that in words? Where music can give you that solace or that comfort, which is beyond words, and that's where we get to the spiritual. And Baba, of course, loved music. Thank you, Baba. Was a musician himself, composer, singer. Mara always said what a beautiful voice he had. Before he silence.
That's how the creation came to be, is
What?
by sound.
Sound, exactly, coming into the world. That's right, right. How are we doing on time? We're good. All right.
We have infinite time.
Well, there are lots and lots of, and yes, okay. I will do that. Your life is not your own.
Your life is not your own, by the way.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, I think Cliff, why don't you come up here and play some pieces with me? Cliff Hackford! Give it up! Give it up!
Cliff is like a Google in the community now.
Well, exactly. No, we know that.
It's like a Google.
And Cliff and I have been playing for at least 10 years now or so. He played with me in New York, and he was in India. Well, that's already 10 years ago, actually,
Yeah.
when we did the play. So anyway, Cliff was there.
More like 15 or
Oh,
something.
yeah, I'm going to say 15 to 20 now we've been playing. And when Cliff was up in New York, we played a lot of different concerts. And so anyway, here we are. And Cliff is here. What a pleasure. So we can do some pieces. How about Every Day? That's that bluesy. Every day I pray your name, yes, oh Lord. Every day I pray your name, yes, oh Lord. Every day I pray your name, yes, oh Lord. 'Cause I know that you answer every prayer I pray. Every day I pray your name. Every day I pray your name. Every day I pray your name. 'Cause I know that you answer every prayer I pray. Every day I pray your name, yes, oh Lord. Every day I pray your name, yes, oh Lord. Every day I pray your name, yes, oh Lord. 'Cause I know that you answer every prayer I pray. Every day I pray your name, Baba. Every day I pray your name. Every day I pray your name. 'Cause I know that you'll answer every prayer I pray. Every day I pray your name, yes, oh Lord. Every day I pray your name, yes, oh Lord. Every day I pray your name, yes, oh Lord. 'Cause I know that you'll answer every prayer I pray. Baba! Yeah, that one can go around and around and around. That one never stops, but we'll stop it for now. How those go. And we were talking about breathing and singing earlier. We were singing together, and just how we have to renew that each day. That's the thing about singing. And Inayat Khan, in his book, The Mysticism of Sound and Music, beautiful book, recommended for everyone, not just musicians, but I assign it to my students at UCLA. And he talks about you don't have to be a singer. You think about you don't have to be a professional singer. You don't have to be. You just have to do it a few times. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. That's all. Take it upon yourself to devote some time to singing each day. You don't have to be a professional, and that's a big encouragement to my singing students. For instance, we all, almost invariably, I'll come. Well, I'm not a singer. I don't sing. I sing in the car. I sing in the shower. That's all. I don't sing. But we all are singers. That's my belief, because I've never met a child who did not sing. Really, because children spontaneously sing, and then we grow in adolescence, and our voice changes, and then What is that? And we don't really, it's hard to negotiate that sometimes. And then we've also been, and we spoke about this a little bit in the workshop, everyone seems to have a story, you know, or at some point I was told, you know, well, your sister is the singer in the family, you're not, you know, your brother is a beautiful voice, but yours isn't, you know, so don't sing, you know. You can be in the choir if you mouth the words, but do not, you know, make any sound, you know, all these things. And, you know, and I'll have students, you know, they were told at, I don't, you know, age of 10 or in 5th grade or 6th grade or something that this was it, and it's impression, you know, it's still there that they have this. Mother told me I was not the singer in the family, or, you know, like, oh, it's like, wow, you know, it's a heavy burden sometimes. And so that is a piece of, as we're singing, as we were singing together, that you want to forgive yourself. You know, you can forgive yourself that, let that go and see where you can go from here. Because I believe everyone is a singer. And as we said, the vocal cords are muscles, so they just need to be used. They want to be used. Like any muscle in the body, you know, it really wants to be exercised. It wants to be worked out. And if you don't use it, you know, you lose it. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, singing. Where was I going to go from there? I want to do the cave. I've got one, again, I haven't done, let's see. I think I'll consult my music. I haven't done this for any Baba group. I composed it a couple years ago, and it was part of a score for a dance company, and I played it just myself, solo. But so I haven't had any accompaniment, so we were working on playing this the other day. And my inspiration was Baba in the cave in Assisi. So I was just thinking about that, and I've got several pieces that are kind of about that. And if anyone has been to the cave in Assisi, or to Assisi in general, it's fantastic. Well worth the trip. And I got to go to the cave, and it was, you know, just, you know, it's pretty amazing. Assisi itself is fantastic, and of course, the whole legacy of St. Francis is a whole nother part of that, which is beautiful. But the, you know, in the story about him, Baba in the cave in Assisi, was that the whole array of spiritual hierarchy came and met with him that night that he spent in the cave, and that they mapped out the world for the next 2,000 years, was the story, as the story goes.
Did they arrive by buses and such?
Exactly. Now that was one of my inspirations. I was working this, you know, sitting out in the yard, and of course, like here, planes fly over. You know, even in the quietest places, and I'm sitting at at the center here. You know, and it's like it's so quiet, and the birds and the greenery, and then you know. So anyway, I want you all to, you can join me on this. I was going to touch on this in the workshop, but sound of airplanes. So just try it. It's like, and they go away. So you need a big breath, and they come, and they approach, and they come close, and then they go away. So that just, you know, happened as I was working on this piece. And I thought, and then, so I had a kind of a scratch recording going on, and so I was listening to it back, kind of just to remember the piece as I was composing it. And I heard that airplane fly over, which I hadn't even noticed as I was making, you know, practicing and working on the piece. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I could maybe incorporate that into it. And then as I thought about it more, Baba in the cave in Assisi, like, well, how did they arrive? They arrived via time travel. They arrived, you know, through who knows what, you know, gap in space-time continuum that they were slipping through. So anyway, the plane as a metaphor for that time travel, I guess, comes in there. So there's some sections when I start, chime in, because there's going to be a flight of you know, saints, and the spiritual hierarchy has to arrive. How are they going to get there? They're taking, you know, first class travel in some cases. Maharaj Narayana Maharaj, you know, he's coming first class. You know that. He's got the deluxe ticket. And others are coming by bullock cart or whatever, but through the air probably. Anyway, you can imagine the time travel, all the spiritual hierarchy. They're all coming. So, you know, we're going to represent that in these different sections of this. There's also a section where I'm going. And we practice that a little bit in our workshop. Just that kind of rhythmic breath, audible exhale. So there'll be a little section of that. You can join in on that too. So when I do those, when you hear those, you can chime in. Think about that. All right. Tired from climbing the mountain as well. Jai Baba. Thank you.
I wonder if you asked the man in the street how big the cave was, it would encompass the spiritual hierarchy and how close they come.
Yeah. Well, who knows what form, they were taking at that meeting. Because it's not a big cave. No, it's not. Of course, that's all relative to our perception, obviously. Their perception is something else. Yeah, but the man on the street, right?
I think it was a Zoom meeting, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, absolutely, it was a Zoom, for sure. In the old, yeah, but yeah, real Zoom meeting, back when.
That was the original Zoom.
On the virtual plane, yes, that was way.
So in reality, they did meet in the inner planes.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
So they
tells
have
us.
to actually come into illusion.
I'm not sure about that, but they traveled and they got all together,
Yeah.
and they planned next 2,000 years, according to.
In Singapore, there was a meeting of the spiritual hierarchy, and some woodworkers were nearby, and they experienced, it was, as I recall, it was lights or something, they saw
Yeah.
something.
Right.
Well, yeah. When you look at see the aurora borealis, you know,
Yeah.
if anybody's seen that, you think, boy, there is the spiritual hierarchy. Oh, beautiful. Great. Thank you for that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let's keep it a singing mode. About this earlier. I am with you. I mean, it reassurance waltz. And those who don't know it, just you can chime in. And though we sang this in the workshop. I am with you always. I am with you always. When you work, when you play, when you think I've gone away, I am there. I am with you. I am here, I am there, I am everywhere. I am with you now. That's it, here we go. We go around again. And I am with you always. I am with you always. When you work, when you play, when you think I've gone away, I am there. I am with you. I am here, I am there, I am everywhere. I am with you now. You can feel free to fill there. Here we go again. I am with you always. Baba. I am with you always. When you work, when you play, when you think I've gone away, I am there. I am with you. I am here, I am there, I am everywhere. I am with you now. Here we go again. I am with you always. Yeah, we just keep on going. I am with you always. When you work, when you play, when you think I've gone away, I am there. Baba, I am with you. I am here, I am there, I am everywhere. I am with you now. Okay, we'll bring it home. Here we go. I am with you always. I am with you always. When you work, when you play, when you think I've gone away, I am there. I am with you. I am here, I am there, I am everywhere. And slowly together, I am with you. And we say, well, when? Now. you. Lanita requested a piece that's I wrote in India, and I had the opportunity. I was at Mandali Hall, and Erich was speaking and telling the story about Kumar, and I'm sure you all know the story of Kumar, who said he was an atheist, but had been protesting against the British, occupation of India, and he was put in jail. And so he was speaking with somebody in jail, and the topic of the divine or God must have come up, because Kumar says, I'll believe in God if I'm released from prison tomorrow. So forget about it, I'm an atheist, I don't believe. Lo and behold, 5 o'clock in the morning, he's kicked out of the prison. The British are getting tired of holding all these prisoners. Just get out of here. Send them up. So Kumar is left there. Oh, I made this vow. What am I going to do? So he doesn't even know about Baba at that time, and then he finds his way to Mehrabad, and of course becomes a close follower of Baba. And so the next day, I happened to have tea with Erich the next day. And that's also compliments, which I was invited really by Gary Kleiner. So I just have to take a moment to salute Gary, and missing him. But so he availed me of that opportunity. And I'm sitting there with Erich, and he said, that was fascinating story about Kumar. It's like unbelievable the way God works. And yet, but how about somebody like us or me or others of us who don't get that sign like that, or don't, what are we supposed to do? We don't have that. Boom. It's like, okay. Erich said, well, it's not that difficult. There are only two things. Remember that you have resolve to serve God. That was my question. How do we serve God? We don't have that sign. First of all, resolve to do it. That was number one. Number two, remember, your life is not your own. And then I went back to my room in Mehrabad, and this came. Your life is not your own, so just get used to it. You might not want to leave, but you've got to let go. Your life is not your own. Surrender now. Just when you're holding tight, you'll be asked to let go. Where do we go from here? Back into the universe. Maybe I'll see you there, flying among the stars. Your life is not your own, so just get used to it. You might not want to leave, but you've got to let go. Your life is not your own. Surrender now. Just when you're holding tight, you'll be asked to let go. Where do we go from here? Back into the universe. Maybe I'll see you there, flying among the stars. Not want to leave, but you've got to let go. Your life is not your own. Surrender now. Just when you're holding tight, you'll be asked to let go. Where do we go from here? Back into the universe. I'll see you there, flying among the stars, flying among the stars. Your life is not your own. Jai Baba. Jai Baba, thank you. Well, it's been a pleasure being here. Let's do another call and response to finish up this afternoon. And I hope you all can come to hear Alan Wagner speaking tonight at 8, telling stories and singing songs, and I'll be accompanying him on a piece or two. And it's beautiful stories of Mehrabad and the old days. Yeah, he's lived there 46 years now, so he's full of stories. And there was a nice Q&A. We did a program last night, which is different from the one tonight, but there's Q&A. So if you have any questions, it's just beautiful to hear him, reminisce and share. And this one is a call and response, as we were doing earlier. And as I often say, call and response is one of our oldest forms of music and of dance and of theater, for that matter. It's the Greeks. We think of the Greek chorus and that sort of thing. It was absolutely used then. We're going to use it. Gospel music is full of call and response. It's a compositional tool of dance as well. And so this is and I was thinking, I was inspired by Bal Natu's book, what's the Star of Infinity? That's the one about the samadhi. And he talks about the samadhi being, like a radio tower. There's some part where he says that little finial at the top is a radio tower, beaming out Baba's love. So this is called Signal Mountain. Meher Baba, Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Woo!
What a feast, what a treat. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you.
I was ready to run over.
Thank you, Baba.
Wave goodbye.